Hello,
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, ma'am.
good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. And how have you been?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking me. So, how's the week going?
Oh, it's nice. And I have finished two chapters of the same book. So I was
Okay,
reading, and now I'm here.
great, very good. Are you enjoying the remaining part of the book?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Great, good. That's great. So, you have completed almost 203 sessions, 202
Uh,
sessions, I think so, on the platform. That's what I can see here.
yes,
Yeah, so I think now you can put forth the topic. There's no topic assigned. So instead of me
okay,
asking you something, you can put forth the topic and you can lead the session.
definitely. And I
Yeah.
had something in my mind. I was about to share my experience of getting TESOL certified with you. Have I shared it earlier?
No, 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 no. First of all,
So
congratulations.
I got I had gotten it in last year November itself. So I took
Oh,
120 hour online TEFL test through
okay.
World TESOL Academy, that is accredited by Accreditat
Accredited.
or CPD.
Oh, okay,
Maybe
okay,
both.
okay. Right,
Yeah.
right, right. Okay,
So what I'm trying to say that this certification is certified by these two institutions, CPD or Accreditat,
okay.
and I got in November. I would like to explain how did I enroll for it and what did I do so that
Yes,
I could
please
frame
go on. Yeah,
my question further. So
yes.
I after enrolling, I got the study material. I had to go through that. I went through that and then I had to appear in an exam where I got
Okay,
the marks, and on the basis of that, I got certification. At that point of
okay.
time, I
What type
did
of
not.
exam was it? Sorry to interrupt. What type of exam? Written, spoken, interview kind of? What kind of exam?
It was written like they
Okay,
provided a study material. In the same way,
okay,
there was written questions. I had to
okay,
give the answers. It was multiple choice questions from the
okay.
materials what I had been given.
Mm.
So I completed that, got the certificate, and there was another opportunity for me which I could not avail because at that point of time I did not have proper laptop. So
Oh,
we were
okay.
sharing that the experience of taking online classes of
Oh,
20,
okay, okay, okay.
maybe I would have gotten some students from different parts of the country, maybe Vietnam
Mm-hmm,
or even in India,
mm-hmm.
from India,
Okay,
but I could not avail that. And after that, now I could not even go to that because the timing is over. That the limitation
okay.
was 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm trying to say is that even after completing and getting the course, I feel my position as English learner at the same place.
You feel that
Whatever
you
I,
are in the same
yeah,
level.
yeah, same level.
Okay,
It's not that I haven't learned anything from that. Of course, I learned, and so many things which was shared there, I was somehow applying those rules to some extent on my learners
okay.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm trying to ask is what would be the difference if I would apply for on offline centers? Uh, because I know that even after being a tutor for so long and also an author, you also took the CELTA course last year only, maybe.
Yeah, CELTA is different.
Definitely, that is different. I whatever I have searched on the basis of that, I can definitely agree to that. But my question to you would be, how would these courses be helpful for learners? If
Okay,
learners like me thinking about these courses, then online
okay,
or offline, or what should we do?
okay. So first of all, TEFL and TESOL, TEFL. I will be very frank, okay? I'll be frank with certain points. I don't want to sugarcoat anything.
Yeah,
So, TEFL and TESOL, all these courses are useful and it's meant for trainers. If you want to teach English to non-native speakers of English language,
right,
okay, teaching English to other speakers,
right,
primarily those who use English as a second language, non-native speakers of English. Same thing can be applied to CELTA.
right.
But I heard that even with TESOL and TEFL course, you can teach in schools like IGCSE. IGCSE means the Cambridge Board,
Okay,
the international board. There also you can take classes for secondary. Some schools allow that, private schools. Of course, they are private schools. Okay.
right.
So I am coming to your answer, the answer to your question. CELTA is only, it's exclusively to teach adult learners.
Okay,
So it depends on what type of trainer you want to be. So I've
right.
been teaching for some time and I noticed I taught in a school, so I got that experience. Then I began taking classes for adult learners. I'm
Right,
very comfortable training the adults, not because I don't have any work. It's difficult actually, but I think I'll continue that way.
right,
Yeah. Because of that, I opted for CELTA. There also, it's teaching English to non-native speakers of English.
right.
Yeah. And it's only adult learners. That's why it's CELTA. And Delta is the next. It's like the big brother of CELTA, which
Yeah.
is very difficult. CELTA is already difficult. The other one is like breaking your head. Three modules are there. Okay,
Okay.
but that's about it. It's only to teach adult trainers, adult learners. Okay, now coming to TESOL and TEFL, of course, it depends on the centers you choose. I'm not very familiar with the center from where you have taken the course, but of course, you would have done your research. Otherwise, you wouldn't spend money. Okay,
Yeah.
so even I had this confusion during the lockdown whether I should go for TESOL because I had one of my colleagues when I was teaching in an IGCSE school. I had two teachers who taught with me. They completed TESOL. So I asked them, and they said, yes, you can work in schools, you can even work with the British Council. But then I later realized that it depends on the center. So it was very difficult for me to find an authentic center. I started writing to different people, but I did not get proper response. So I asked them the same question: how do I benefit? Will I get a job? How do I upgrade myself? I looked at the modules and I felt I knew most of it. It's not that I know everything, but how is it going to refine me or make me a better learner? And also, they do not check your proficiency level. You can check your own proficiency level and then
Definitely.
you go for the, I don't know whether there's an interview. So those two colleagues who took the TESOL, they took from some kind of, I think, British Council or something like that. I'm not sure. Some particular recognized academy or institution. They said, no, we won't have a test. You just pay the fee and you can enroll for it. And
Yeah.
also there's something known as TKT exam. TKT. I don't know much about it. You complete the modules and you get the certificate showing
Right.
that you can speak English to this level.
Right.
That is 5, 3, 2, 7. 7 is the highest. 7 is the highest. So like that. So then when I checked, so what is the difference between CELTA and TESOL? That was my next question. So TESOL means it was more or less like, I was not very clear about it. But you can teach in schools. So that was like good. Okay, so with TESOL, you get better salary, better pay. Of course, they look at your experience also,
Yes.
right? Now, when I applied for CELTA, immediately they told me, you're not going to pay the fee now. We will check your proficiency. That is the first level. What was the first level? Do a project. They will send you 32 pages. I've mentioned that. Do that. They will check your proficiency both in writing. Then comes the interview. The interview is conducted by a person from UK or somebody representing the British Council.
Okay.
And the person who took the interview for me was an aged lady. and she was somewhere from UK.
Okay.
Like, it was fun to speak to her. I was really damn scared. So that's a second level. So they never give you the feel of an interview. It is just like a casual conversation. And towards the end, they give you the feedback. But they will not tell you whether you're selected or not. So this is the second step. So first is the project, then speaking. That's over.
Yes.
The third was again checking your proficiency. Because we will fill the application form saying that I think I have C1 proficiency. And then I'll speak about my experience. So even if you don't have any experience, you can take CELTA, TESOL, TEFL. You can take all these, no problem. So when I say I have this proficiency, I have to prove
Right.
how. I have worked with schools and colleges. No. Where is your skill? That is the next question. So they check.
Right.
They have their parameters. Yeah.
Definitely.
So the third one was doing a project. That is, they will send you some papers, you have to complete it, and they will again check. But after the second round itself, they'll confirm. Now, during the second round, something was very beautiful. I mean, I noticed that we had, I think, 5 or 6 candidates. One candidate was not sure about why she was taking CELTA. She had good proficiency levels. So the first question is, why are you taking CELTA? I want to become a trainer. Okay, trainer in what? Okay, I want to train the adult learners. Why? How? When? So even if you're a graduate, all these questions will come to you. They don't check your English, they check your objective, your goal. It's
Okay.
okay to change your goal. So this is what they check. So for that, that's why you get it, why they have experienced people conducting the interview. They just look at your intention, whether you're copying from somewhere, whether you're reading from somewhere. On the spot, you have to answer. Something like IELTS speaking.
Right.
Little different, okay? They will ask you to speak about your town. Everything, mixed questions they will ask you. And then finally, they ask you to take a demo session, only for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay? So
Yeah.
that's it. So they may just tell, okay, fine, Rini, thank you so much. And then that's it. So then comes the third step, and then they ask you to pay the amount, only if you're selected. So then they will tell you, okay, your proficiency level is C1, C2. Good. Now you are eligible to take CELTA, and then you go for CELTA.
Right.
And that too I took from the British Council. So here, these 3 steps changed me. This
Yes.
helped me understand what I have been doing, what I'm doing with my life, and also to prepare my life. So
Yeah.
then I did the course. It was grinding, grilling, and my experience also helped me a lot because when we take the sessions, there also they check you have to deal with learners on the spot. And you will have one mentor. I already had 2 tutors, they will observe you. And one thing is, all the colleagues, people who are with you, all the other candidates will give you feedback. And remember, everybody taking the course with you will have a C1, C2 proficiency.
Yeah.
All
Definitely.
of them. So that is a challenge. So this is what happens in CELTA. But when it comes to TESOL and TEFL, you have more options. Like you can teach in schools, you can take classes for adult learners. Now, I don't think it's something for learners only. You are becoming a trainer there. You're a teacher there.
Right.
Okay. So you go to the next level when you begin working.
Right.
Now, after CELTA, there is a lot of difference in me after CELTA. Before CELTA, it was different. Of course, I had the experience, I had the confidence, I got the highest in my batch. But after CELTA, I began using those strategies. So as a trainer, I'm growing.
Okay.
So that is
Yeah.
where the difference comes. Like you are using what you learned.
Right.
When you use, you'll go to the next level. Then you learn from your mistakes. When I say mistakes, it's not grammatical mistakes, the strategies, the way you help a learner, the way you
Right.
help a learner to unlearn, relearn, and then learn.
Definitely.
Okay, so first thing is whenever you opt for such courses, check yourself. What is your level? Are you ready to learn? Are you ready to accept criticism? I mean, in the sense from your colleagues, can you work together? That's what they always check. Can you work together? It's not, I did everything, I am the boss. No. Can you work together? Can you help a learner towards progress? Okay, and are you ready to learn with constructive
Definitely.
feedback? The third thing is, will you be able to use these strategies in the future? If you can't, if you are not interested, don't go for it. We
Right.
can do PhD, we can do better courses offered by our prestigious Indian universities because we have professors, good professors who are very good with different areas of study. So it's up to you. Okay, but an international
Yeah,
certification is always a certification because English is not our language.
definitely. And that's why, in
Right?
my case, why I chose the online course, because I was just trying to check my level first. As
Yeah.
I have been learning, and when I try as a tutor, I get rejection for some reasons. So I thought I should check it first. And then when
Okay.
I searched, one of my tutors suggested. She was
Okay.
also taking from the same center. So I thought, hey,
Okay.
even after being a tutor, she is taking this course. Let me try this as well. So I went for that,
Yes.
and then I experienced that, of course, there was something to learn. I have not been able to use all those patterns, but to some
Okay.
extent, half of them have already been being used by me.
Yeah.
So
That's
that
the
is
thing.
one thing. And then I feel that maybe if I had taken that advantage of taking that uh, online uh, classes,
Hmm.
that might have changed a bit. But right now, I don't feel I got any significant change in me after, even after the course.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'll tell you that. Now, you also asked me what is the difference in online and offline. If it's a very good center, there won't be much change. Okay, now when it comes when it's Celta or Delta, all these things are done online by most of the people because we all are working. We are into a schedule. Otherwise, also this TESOL, TEFL, it's done online and offline. If they are authorized centers, there won't be any difference because they
Right,
are quick to respond, they're quick to analyzing, giving feedback, and all that. The real difference comes when the academy is not very authorized or when you don't have enough, upgraded tutors or when you don't have the authorized people to take sessions for you. That's when the difference is felt. Okay, so
sure.
that's very, very subjective. It's sometimes subjective with reference to the academy or the organization. Then coming to the significant change, Raj, I think we have to keep on learning.
Definitely.
In the sense, it's not just language. Like you said, I'm reading something, I'm exploring myself. Earlier, I remember listening to you, you were not able to use some words or as a learner, not because of TESOL or all these degrees. Okay, so when you began your journey, you were a bit underconfident, you were not sure about your skills. But today, if I ask you what are your skills, without looking at anyone, you can tell me, these are my skills. I'm specialized in this. And this is something I can't do, I'm working on it.
Right,
Maybe 5 years back, you were not able to do that. You had something in your mind, maybe a vague fog, okay,
right,
fog like idea would have been there. But now it's like, I'm good in these two, these are my skills. This is something that I'm working on, or maybe this is something that I need to. And this is what I am still working on. That is my action area.
right,
So, like that, you can differentiate. So, that is also one thing. And these courses, we cannot say one course is less than the other. Each course is designed to meet the requirement of a particular person, of a
right,
learner, of a trainer. So, tomorrow, if I prepare myself for Delta, I should ask myself, okay, Delta means wow, but what am I going to do with it? Am I going to do something else apart from this? Is it going to change me in any way? My career? Or is it going to be the same thing where I gain experience? Because experience is important. Whatever you do in life, that using those techniques. Otherwise, a PhD certificate, MPhil certificate, everything will be in your shelf.
right,
You can die with those certificates. That's all. What's the use? You're not using it. So the thing is, what am I going to do with this? Now I have learned something, I've invested my money. Let me use at least 25%, 40% of the strategies that I learned. Let me apply it on learners. And
yes.
because you're into language, I can tell you psychology is very important. I did a course on psychology also. It's very important when it comes to adult learners specifically. Because something that I noticed was children are very focused, they know what they want. But today,
Yes.
adults are like, it's not their problem. They have a lot of responsibility. So we have to help them.
All
to
right.
take certain decisions. Yeah, you were trying to ask me something. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to say in the line
Mm-hmm.
that you told me that how big the idea could be if you are not aware what you are trying to do. So just because it is related to English, I wanted to share it that when I had started my speaking journey, before that, when I was thinking about starting it, at that point of time, I would have different ideas. Sometimes I would think
Mm-hmm.
maybe if I bring the English literature books of classes from 4 to 10 or 12 and then read it, or maybe if I bring the books related to English, bachelors of English, maybe that would
Mm-hmm.
help me because
Okay.
at that point of time all I used to think was that I have to work on my vocabulary. I have good grammar, so if I read more and become better at my vocabulary, I would be
Yeah.
good in speaking as well. But later then I joined and I got to know different things, that how to work on my English, and uh, I certainly improved a lot because earlier I used to sound robotic, and now I have started sounding more confident in fact, but of
Expressive,
course more
better
expressive as well.
intonation. Yes.
Yeah.
And
So
clarity of thought also.
yeah.
Yeah.
So all those thoughts that okay, what kind of books will help me, what kind of courses will help me, was there with more bigness, which has evaded to some
Mm.
extent now.
Yes. Yes. That's important because all these courses help you with teaching or it just upgrades you with techniques and strategies. Tomorrow you can take courses in education, which is in demand. It's highly in demand when it comes to New Zealand and all these kind of places, Australia. But you have to keep learning. They will not help you with learning.
Definitely.
It's not to upgrade your vocabulary or language skills. That is expected to be done every time because you're, according to their ideology, you are a learner for life. That's why you chose this. So
Right.
when you're a trainer, you have to upgrade yourself. But in India, it's different. Did you upgrade? Did you upgrade? What are you doing? These kind of, we need somebody to push. But they are already used to self-learning since their, I think so, from their childhood days, from the school days, they're used to self-learning. Teachers will not help them much.
Right.
Okay, but here we begin self-learning maybe after getting a job.
Yes. Right.
Till then, teachers and professors will be behind you. Do this, do that. Or maybe we may not take life so seriously. I don't know what happens. So during the COVID lockdown, that's when I think so Indians realized the magic of self-learning.
Yeah.
The magic of self-learning is different. So courses help you. It propel you to move forward. It upgrades you, updates you. But remember, you're always a learner for life. And as you rightly said, all these things came up in your life, layering. You knew about it, you started working, you got the next star, then 2 star, 3 star. It went on like that. And then you checked your proficiency. Then you
Right.
got the confidence to do this certification course. So
Right.
think about doing this course 5 years back or maybe 12 months back. It's not that you cannot, you may push
Yeah.
yourself, but clarity of thought, what you're doing with your life and why am I taking this?
Definitely.
That gives you the confidence, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so that was good.
Yeah. That
Okay.
was all from my side as well.
Yes. So thanks for sharing your journey and your experience. I hope I was able to throw some thoughts, adding to yours.
Definitely.
Right. Okay. So anything else? I think
No,
we have just few seconds. Yeah. Right. So thanks a lot for joining me and see you another session.
thanks. As always, it was lovely talking to you.
Yeah.
Bye for now. See you
Same
in
here.
another session.
Yeah. Bye bye. Bye.